hit record. Let's do some shout outs before we get started. Man, I just could spend 30 minutes saying hi to each one of y'all. I love seeing your faces on here. This is so fun. That's okay, Tabby. So in the chat, I want you guys to start out by giving yourself a shout out. And we're gonna do giveaways because guess what I did not do? Change my subscription. So I have extra products this month. And I just figured when I opened them today, I was like, well, that's a God wink because it's Monday. We have Zoom. And so we're going to do lots of giveaways. I'm going to take some screenshots of everybody that's on here. And then I'll enter y'all into that little random name generator that I have. And then we'll do some giveaways. I'll record it and do them in the accountability chat afterwards. So first one, I'm going to do Joyome soap. I've got Joyome the night cleanser. I've got 3 bags of active. So we're going to do some giveaways and I'll pop in there afterwards for anybody that's on tonight and active because I just love the way that this team rises up together. So first thing I want you to do is give yourself a shout out. What did you do today that moved your needle? And remember, there is nothing that is too small. Absolutely nothing that is too small. If you got your water in, checked in with your accountability partner, got up and moved your body, and that accountability is huge, right? At 2:30 this afternoon, well, 1:30, I guess, I still had not gotten my workout in because my house was legit torn apart. If any of you have watched my stories, we were putting in new flooring. I mean, it was disaster zone in here. So then I thought, I'm not working out today, but accountability, right? Chelsea's checking in with me and making sure I got it in. And sure enough, I felt 1,000 times better after I got it in. So shout out the things that you've done that have moved your needle today. I love that, Cheryl. I love my accountability partners, and I made it to this meeting. So good. You guys got your water in. Kim. I can't. So good. Okay, here's the next shout out I want you guys to do because you all have your accountability partners in here. I think pretty much everybody that's on. I want you guys to give somebody else a shout out. What do you love? I am loving the accountability partners and being able to see you guys tagging each other, working together on some stuff. And we're going to talk just a little bit about it tonight. But we have not had 36 people on a Zoom in a really long time. And I know that it is because you guys are checking in with each other. And that's the powerfulness. That's the power in what we do, right? And being able to bring people together. So next thing I want y'all to do just to kick this off is to shout out your accountability partner. What is something that they are doing that you're seeing and that they're showing up for that is moving the needle and that you can see them, because that's part of this. How many of you guys, and you can just show me your hands, have ever felt at the end of the day like, I don't really know anything that really moved my needle? And when you have somebody that is checking in with you to make sure that you're moving your needle, it just feels really good to be able to know that and to have that shout out too. I hope you guys have that chat up to see everybody, because that's the beauty of this team and what we do to rise up together 1000% of the way. And if you're on your phone, I always find so much power in this when I'm on my laptop, because I can see how many, 20 of y'all all in one screen. And then when I flip to the next one, this team is such a good, yes, are we 99% female on this team, and our husbands are like the ambassadors in the background, right? Kim, is your husband next to you right now? No. So my husband is upstairs tucking in kids right now so I can be present here. But I mean, there are a lot of women on our teams, right? But I just want you to take a scroll through your phone and look at the amount of people that we have on here. There is not one type of person that makes the perfect ambassador, right? There's not one story that means that you can be successful in this. We all have something that's valuable to add to the table. And I hope that you guys see that when you scroll through in here, because I find so much power in that. Like when we say that everybody has a seat at our table, everybody has a seat at our table. Everybody does things very differently, right? And that's the beauty in this. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit tonight. I want you, just for a hot second, and some of you might have done this before. Court, I just saw you pop on. Did you get a new phone today? Super random. Did you get it?
I did. I just picked it. It literally took like 2 hours. 2 hours. Like a stupid phone.
All of course.
Yahoo, Courtney.
Message people.
All of course team is like, thank you, Lord Jesus. Technology, we love it until we don't have it. And then we're like, okay. All right, squirrel moment. What I would love for you guys to do today is I want you to be really honest right now. How many of y'all have felt, whether this is your first accountability chat or you've been in accountability chats with us, because we're doing it different this month with actually having accountability partners and matching you up. It took a lot. It took almost a whole afternoon for me to match you guys, because I really tried to do it by rank, by, so to make sure that you're helping you rise up. And I 1000% feel like it was worth it every single step, because I love seeing you guys do this together. And I am a really big believer that sideline relationships are huge in this business. But how many of you guys, and you can shout this out in the chat and you be honest about this, because if there is something that's holding you back and you don't talk about it in this opportunity, you won't move through it, right? So how many of you guys are feeling a little bit overwhelmed? Like, oh my gosh, if Bree messages one more time in there, I might throw my phone. Right? Guys, I get it. And I want you to look around right now. You're not feeling alone in that either, right? How many of you guys are working full-time jobs? Tell that in the chat. How many of you are homeschooling and working full-time jobs? How many of you are homeschooling and raising babies and working businesses and doing all the things, right? Life is busy. But I'm also a firm believer that overwhelm breeds overwhelm. And what I mean by that is the moment that you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, it is okay. It is natural to feel that way. I still get overwhelmed 5 years into that. I don't tell you that because I don't want you reaching your goals and knowing that like you're never not going to feel overwhelmed. I tell you that because it's real. It's what we do with it that matters, right? And I want you guys to release the pressure right now. Type this in the chat. I can do anything, but I cannot do everything. If you can't get on a mindset in the morning, it's okay, right? If you can't get right back to somebody in a message, it's okay. Nobody's bleeding out on our table, right? We're not brain surgeons. We can make more money than a brain surgeon, which is really cool, but we're not brain surgeons. I want you to take a step back. And I want you to look at the bigger picture for a minute. I want you to do this opportunity because you love it, because you're passionate about it, because you have fun doing it, right? I want you to find the joy in the moments with this. When you're feeling overwhelmed, we have two options, right? We can dive into the overwhelm and we can start feeling like, oh, I can't keep up. I can't do the messenger chat. I can't do an event this week. I can't. Or we can reach out and we can be honest. Hey, I'm struggling this week. There's a lot going on. Can you please just help me with the things that I need to plug into this week? You can do anything, but you cannot do everything. And you don't need to do everything, right? On our team, we offer a lot because everybody is different. Everybody is at different stages. But when you're feeling that overwhelm, I want you to reach out. Who here doesn't know how to do a messenger event? I mean, nobody, right? Because we just started them. The first one I did was last week. I'm not perfect at it. None of us are. I think sometimes we come into Plexus, we come into social sharing thinking that we have to know every single thing. How many of you walked into your job and knew every single thing that you were supposed to do on day one? Heck to the no. So release the pressure that you have to do that in Plexus. How many of us walked into motherhood or marriage and were like, oh yeah, I got this. I know everything. Misty, I love you. None of us, right? So why do we put the pressure on ourselves that we have to do it with this? You don't. I want you to release it. Because here's what ends up happening for a ton of us, right? And I want to talk about this and show you. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. What ends up happening is we know the things that we need to do sometimes to move our needle. The basics are simple. We need to get consistent with posting. It doesn't have to be a picture perfect picture, right? You just need to let people into your life. That really is all it's about. And we know to do those things. And I use this example all the time, especially because I just had my kids sort socks tonight. When I get overwhelmed with things, ask Court and Chelsea. They walked into my house Friday morning. I mean, no joke. They could probably tell you I was feeling all the things Friday, overwhelmed with life and homeschool and everything. You would think that if two people are walking into my house, it would be spotless and kind of clean. Oh no, my entire pantry was ripped out and all over my kitchen. Why? Because when I get stressed and overwhelmed, guess what I don't do? I don't do the things to move my needle. I start cleaning like a madwoman. And my entire pantry was all over. And as they walked in, guess what I'm trying to do? Sort stuff back out. And I'm just complaining to them about stuff. And then I had to take a step back and be like, okay, hey guys, like I'm so glad that you just came to my house and listened to me for 10 minutes. But guess what? They're two of my people, so they listen to me. And sometimes you have to do that too. Give yourself permission to be a lifelong learner. You've never fully arrived in this. Never. There's always something to figure out. And that can either excite you or it can overwhelm you. And I want it to excite you because 5 years into this, I still love what I do. And I can't imagine not doing it. And I want that for every single one of you. Okay, here's the next thing I want to do because I'm a huge visual person. Y'all know that this is the teacher in me for sure. I want you right now, you can drop it in the chat. You can write it down if you want to. I want you to tell me and tell everybody things that you know to do each day. And maybe you don't know this. Maybe we need to have that conversation too. What are the things that you know that will move your needle every single week? What are the things, the big picture ideas, the big rocks, right? That you know are going to move your needle every single week? Social media posts, I love that, Misty. Building relationships, those are big rocks, right? Those are the things that you know you need to do to move your needle. Inviting people to events, setting goals. Gosh, I love you guys. Messaging, right? Big rocks. Those are the things that you have to do if you want to grow the business. And you're here because you want to, right? Sometimes is posting on social media scary? Yeah, it is. Are there new things to learn with social media? Yep, there are. Can it be scary to message a person and put yourself out there? Yes. Those are your big rocks. Those are the things that you know that you have to do to move your needle. Now I want you to think about some of the little rocks, right? The next size down. What are the things that might move the needle, but maybe they aren't as important as posting every single day? What are some of those things? I love that, Jess. Finding new groups or people from new groups, that's definitely a bigger rock. So now the next things, follow up, okay? Staying consistent with the products, that's a good one, Kim. Taking your products. Still important for your own personal health goals, right? And important in the grand scheme of things because you have to be a product of the product. But can you work this business without being consistent with the products? Sure. Plexus has made it that way, right? You can have customers and never actually, like we've had people that have started the business and have not even taken the products yet. Moving your body, getting your water in, okay? Now I want you to think about the sand, like the really little things that if you did not do in your day, it would not matter at all. Like for me, that's sorting socks. Like I don't have to do it every single day. If I go to bed at night without sorting the socks, like the world isn't going to fall apart. Vacuuming, right? Like those are the little things. I want to show you something, what ends up happening for a lot of us when we're feeling that overwhelm. Because when we're feeling that overwhelm, we don't actually do the things that move our needle. What we end up doing, let me see if I can bring this up for y'all and share my screen. Let me see if you, tell me if you can see this. Now I can't find you guys. Okay. Making dinner. You're my people. I don't like to cook either. But I also have kids to feed and cereal doesn't suffice every single night. Okay, can y'all see this picture? What ends up happening when you fill your time with all of the sand first? What ends up happening to the jar of your day, your 24 hours? For me, and I talked about this morning, I can turn on a reel and it can suck me in for an hour. No joke. Like I can sit and they're 15-second clips. You know how many reels you can watch in 15 seconds? A lot. That's sand for me. That's not really moving my needle, but man, it's fun, right? And then maybe I'll go to the next step. Like maybe I'll go to the next rock size, moving my body, taking my products. I'll just copy and paste a post. It's still important, but what happens at the end of the day when you have nothing left but overwhelm to those big rocks, the putting in the posts, the messaging people, the follow-up, the inviting to events? What do we do at the end of our day? We're drained. We don't have time for the big rocks. We don't have any energy left for the big rocks. How many of us do this with working out? If we just look at our every single day, working out is really important. Moving your body for 20 minutes every single day is important. How many of us put it off and think all day, okay, I'm going to get to that tonight. I'm going to do it tonight. And then tonight comes and do we have the energy? No. Because we've been working. I mean, for me, maybe you are a person that works out at night. But at the end of the day, there's nothing left. And so your big rocks do not fit. But what happens if you do the opposite? If you start your day, like in this graphic, with your big rocks, do your hard things first that you know are going to move your needle. Reach out if you're struggling. Ask for help, get your post up, message those 5 people that have been on your mind. And then you get consistent with working out. Guess what? At the end of the day, you have time to do because you've done all of the things that have moved your needle for that day. The sand still fits. You can watch 30 minutes of TikTok and not feel guilty about it because you've already, not that you have to feel guilty about watching those things, but because you've already fit in everything in your day. It's a big, big difference. And it simply takes you taking the steps to find out what your big rocks are. If you guys don't do this when you get overwhelmed, and those of you that have been around for a little while and listening to me, you know that I'm a huge proponent about this. When you get overwhelmed, I even have my kids do this with me now. Take a second, get a notepad and a paper and brain dump it. Every single thing that you feel overwhelmed with. And you can even do this right now. Tell me in the chat, what are some of the things that right now you feel overwhelmed with? Is it keeping up in the message thread? Because let me tell you, you don't have to. Do you need to get in there and check it at the end of the day? Sure. Am I trying to make it super simple on you so you can just go in like I described to you and check the photos? Yes. Do you have to read every single comment? No. Every single time your phone goes off, do you need to pick it up? No. But what are the things right now that you're doing that are feeling overwhelming to you? No, it doesn't have to be just Plexus related, Michelle, because here's the thing about Plexus and working this type of a business, it doesn't leave you, right? I don't leave Plexus in an office because I'm tied to y'all all the time. And so a lot of times when I'm personally overwhelmed in my life, it trickles into my business. It trickles into how I'm feeling with things. Kaylee is so good, right? Me too. Overwhelm breeds overwhelm. As soon as you can stop yourself from thinking, okay, I feel like I'm overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of things going on, but here's what I can do. This is what I know to do right now to move my needle. And when we can flip our script, overwhelm doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be a blessing. Instead of opening up that messenger chat and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't read through this stuff. There are so many people in here. There were so many goals shouted out. And I've done this because messenger threads used to overwhelm me to no extent, feeling like I needed to keep up with all the things. But now in my mind, I think, what an absolute blessing. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. How many people would love to be surrounded by this many women that are ready to build each other up, that are ready to shout out goals, that are ready to rise up together? That's not a bad thing that we have 70 women in a group chat that are supporting each other and building each other up. We can look at it with overwhelm, or we can look at it with the blessing that it is. We can look at our days like, oh my gosh, Bree told me I have to do a messenger event this week. I can't do that. And we automatically shut down. Or we can think, yep, this is way outside of my comfort zone and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I think I might listen to her because it might move my needle. I will never ask you to do something that I am not doing myself or that I haven't seen work over the last 5 years. You're in that thread. You're here tonight because you want something out of this. Don't be the person that stands in your own way. If you guys don't follow this guy, this just popped into my head and I want to read it to you so I get it right. But he's on Instagram and he is amazing. It's like truth bomb after truth bomb after truth bomb. And I read it tonight and it was like, golly, you're speaking to me, like right to my soul. But this is what it said. Your competition isn't other people. Your competition is your procrastination, your ego, the unhealthy food you're consuming, the knowledge you're neglecting, the negative behavior you are nurturing, and your lack of creativity. Go compete against that. How powerful is that, guys? So often we make this about like, oh, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is doing that, and I can't do this. Well, I don't post like her. Good. I don't want you to post like her. I don't want you to post like me. I want you to strive to be better every single day. I want you to use people as inspiration. But you're not her. Whoever it is that you're comparing yourself to, you're not her, and you don't need to be her. I want you to show up every single day as your best self. And absolutely, Terry, I will put that in our group chat. I'll share the photo. It's good, right? So often we make this about the competition that we have with somebody else. There is not a competition in this with anyone else. And if you're feeling that level of overwhelm, you guys hear me say this all the time. If you have a question, guess what? Somebody else has it too. And so you don't need to be afraid about asking the question. Ask the question, because I guarantee you somebody else is thinking, thank God that she asked that, because I needed to know too. The messenger threads, and we'll end with this because, man, I talk a lot when I'm really excited. So it's 9:30 already. The messenger events this week, you are not meant to do them by yourself. Your upline will do it for you. And if your upline is nervous, I will do it for you. It's the first time that you've seen these, that you've done these. They're quick, they're fun. Court's team did one, Debbie did one, Chelsea's team did one on Saturday. They've all been able to start new conversations, bring people back, add new people. It's 15 minutes. What it simply looks like is I or your upline will set up the messenger thread in the morning. So we have a couple tomorrow night. I will set up the messenger thread in the morning. Y'all invite during the day. We ask them one question during the day, and then it's a 15-minute post at night. Nikki, when you say you have no clue what to say for the thread, are you meaning in the messenger thread, like the 1-minute video? I don't know where you're at. You can unmute if you're in the position to. Okay, so here's the thing. 1 minute, if you want to make a video, you can. If you are not ready to make a video yet, don't make it, right? I will always push you outside of comfort zones. And if y'all need to be reminded what my first video was like, it went a little bit like this. Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Plexus because I've been taking these products. Wendy, right? Like, could not see my mouth move, could not hear the words that were coming out of my mouth. Everybody has a starting place. If you're not there yet, it's okay. But if you would like to challenge yourself, what that 1-minute video is, and I can send you examples. We have a messenger thread started with them, so we can just share them. It's, hey, my name is Bree, and I'm so excited that you're here tonight. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. I've been helped with X, Y, and Z, and I cannot wait to see what happens for you. 1 minute is really fast. That's all it is an overview. Or if you want to target one specific thing, like Nikki, for you, the energy, the community, being back in the gym, like that would be an amazing thing for you to highlight. You share that in the message thread, and then the whole rest of the message thread is taken over for you. That's the only thing that you need to share. And if you're not ready yet, it's okay. We have videos already. There's about 4. Yes, Paula, absolutely. Will you message me afterwards and remind me? That we have about 4 or 5 videos already that we can add in to those. And then there's a giveaway at the end. That's all they are. I'll stay on for a couple of minutes, but let's end with this. Remember, your body does not know the difference between nervousness and excitement because you're about to do something that could be really good for you, or you're about to jump off a bridge. I know that sounds crazy, but it's your fight or flight, right? Your body is trying to keep you safe. If you think about messaging somebody and it makes you nervous, if you think about doing an event or asking a question and it makes you nervous, you have 5 seconds to go for it and do it and send that message. Or your brain will tell you like you're done. If you're feeling that level of nervousness or excitement, jump in and ask the questions and let us set it up for you. All you have to do is invite people, and you can do it with your accountability partner. You don't have to do it alone, and then we'll do all the posting for you. Okay, before everybody jumps off, I want to get a picture so I can enter everybody's names in. I love this. It'll take me a hot second to put everybody in there afterwards. But then I will share that quote in our accountability thread, and then I'll pop in with the giveaways too, and then get them all sent out to you guys tomorrow. All right, last thing before we hop off, I want you to drop in the comments something that you are committing to do tomorrow that will move your needle. What is it? Narrowing down the time that you're going to do the messenger event, getting your water in, moving your body, messaging 5 people. What is it for you? I love that, Ange, making your list and reaching out to your people. Nikki, no, I'll add you to the one with the videos. That's the one that Court did for her team. Try a post. I love that. Sierra, love that. Getting up earlier, reaching out to 5 new people, Paula. Working out. Guys, man, this is super powerful. Okay. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. Even showing up in moments like this. Remember, you can listen to all the people. You can listen to all the podcasts. You can listen to all the motivational videos. It's what you do with it that matters most. Get your big rocks in first, and then fill your day, the rest of the day. You absolutely have a purpose and have a reason for being here. And your ripple, I mean, you guys have crazy, amazing stories, and somebody's waiting to hear it. All right. I love you guys. Happy Monday. I'll see you in the morning. Sarah getting to the right practice. I love that. Ooh, and I'll see some of y'all tomorrow night.